Hi guys, I just played a 3 minute game which led to a disgusting mating sequence. I've just got to show you this. People meme online saying like, "Oh, D4 Queen's Gambit is like not as open, not as powerful, not as aggressive as E4." But this is a video for you D4 players, just showing an absolute onslaught playing D4. So I go for like the classic two Queen's Gambit pawns. And they push in the centre, which I've never really come across that much. And I push, just closing in their dark square bishop. And I mean, this pawn break is very natural, trying to chip away at my centre here. So they develop with the knight, and this game just progresses into absolute madness shortly, guys, right? So they come out, defend the knight. Their bishop doesn't really have anywhere else to go. I think the engine wants them to play this break and try and get a bit more activity for the dark square bishop. And the rule is, if they've got the bishop defending the knight, then this here isn't a pin, you know, so play bishop here. Now, like I say, this was just a 3 minute game, so I just blitzed out this move. And then just got the knight out, developed a bit. Got a nice connect 4, and pulled back slightly with the bishop because of this pawn push. So here's where it starts getting a bit mental. Position starts opening up slightly. And in the D4 games, guys, I've just got a very simple plan. Well, you should probably get castled first, going by, opening theory and what you should do. But I just start thinking about this. Bang, 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 capture, take, and it opens up the mating square. That is just my normal plan in these D4 lines. Now, their bishop comes in annoyingly, stopping me castling and also stopping me putting my queen on this square, attempting to mate. So we kick them back with this pawn. And then I proceed to try and go for this, forking the bishop and knight here, with the pawn protected by my knight. So they play one of the best moves, which is to lodge the bishop in here. And I go for a trade because I wasn't sure what to do. And this was, like I said, 3 minute game. I sort of neglected my plan for a second here. But then I thought, actually, no, I'm going to attack. This looks annoying. This looks scary, stopping me castling. I think that's why I went to trade it off, because I wanted to get castled. But then I thought, no. And the engine says this is a blunder. Because there's this cool line here of takes, and they win my rook. Which was also in play before, where takes. They take the rook. I have to take back. Then they win the bishop here. So if we play that out, takes, bosh. We've got to take the rook with the queen, otherwise we're just pinned to the king. Got to take, and then they win the bishop at the end of that line. So they missed that, but to be fair, that was pretty hard to see in a 3 minute game. So yeah, like I say, I wanted to get castled, so I went for the trade, but then I thought, no, I'm going to go for the attack with the queen coming in. So bang, going for this, trying to get this, and then mate. So they do a really logical move, which computer doesn't like. Computer says they've got a counter-attack here. So this stops the mate coming. And I just get the king to out of the center, still in the center, but I'm trying to connect my rooks, really. That was my thinking. But computer doesn't like it. It's saying all these moves are very nice. They play a move which is too slow, and I start to try and just add some pressure. Now, I realize this isn't the most accurate game here, but this is where the beauty begins, guys. This is it, right? I sacrifice the knight, thinking if takes, I get check. King's only move here. And we can throw in the mate after we capture this knight. The knight does currently defend the mating square. So the engine loves this. They play the best move, countering with check. And if I take, I think this is where they messed up. I think, honestly, taking with the pawn or this pawn tries to close off the queen, because if they take with this pawn, the queen actually covers that. So this is their big mistake, which just leads to mate. And this is it, guys. This is what I was proud of. This is what I had to show you. I find this check just straight up giving away the knight, because I cannot let, even though the natural move here would be to capture the rook or capture the bishop here, taking material and try and get it. We've got two knights hanging. But I realised the real power in the position is this queen-bishop battery. And what's stopping that? This knight, right? So how can we move this knight away with the most tempo? Check, right? Does it matter if we give away the knight? Because we've still got this check and then mate. That's what I calculated. So engine saying one of the best moves is just to take it. But then that leads to this, check. Engine saying again, best move is to take it. and mate. And if king tries to come up here, it's still mate. It's just forced mate, guys. From like this position. After here, it's just check, bop, check, bop, mate. So I was pretty pleased to find that in a 3-minute game, and like that just shows like the power of d4 and the power of lining the queen and bishop up here, which is my normal plan against the king. So I hope you can use that in your own games when coming out of the opening into the middle game, attacking with your queen bishop battery in d4 lines. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.